The Arctic. A place where one wrong step can end a life. A single gust of wind freezes skin in minutes. A crack in the ice can swallow a boat whole. Yet men still set sail here. Why? Out on these drifting sheets of ice waits a giant. The walrus. 1,200 pounds of muscle, tusks as long as 3 feet, and the power to smash through ice or crush anything in its path. To outsiders, it looks like a monster. To those who live here, it is food, fuel, clothing, and survival itself. This is not just hunting, it is a fight for life, a tradition carried across generations, and a bond between people and the sea. Welcome to Discover Legends. Tonight, the deadliest walrus hunt unfolds on thin ice. By subscribing, you step into a world where every catch hides a battle. And if you are ready to stand on the edge of this frozen frontier, type 1 below. The hunt begins. The Arctic is a battlefield of extremes. Winds howl at 40 miles an hour, sharp enough to cut through layers of fur. Ice shifts without warning, cracking open like a trap, a gap wide enough to swallow a 20-foot boat in seconds. The sea, black and endless, slams ice against ice, a constant thunder echoing across the horizon. A slip, a delay, even a single wrong choice can mean death. Here, every decision carries weight. And it is on this fragile stage of ice and sea that hunters prepare for their most dangerous pursuit, the walrus. The walrus is both treasure and trial. A full-grown bull can weigh over 2,600 pounds, as heavy as a small car. Its tusks, curved ivory spears, stretch nearly 3 feet, sharp enough to pierce ice or fend off predators. The body itself is a fortress of blubber and hide, 6 inches thick, built for survival in water colder than steel. To face such a giant is to stand before a force of nature. For Arctic communities, this animal is more than prey. Its meat, rich in protein and iron, keeps families alive through months of darkness. The blubber, dense and oily, burns bright in lamps, casting yellow light across snow-packed homes. The hide becomes boots, coats, and drums that echo in rituals. Even the sinew is braided into fishing lines and bowstrings, carrying strength long after the hunt is over. Nothing is wasted. Everything is needed. Yet every gift comes with risk. A walrus, cornered or struck, can overturn a boat with a single lunge. One wrong approach, and survival turns into tragedy. This is the paradox of the hunt. Life and death tied to the same creature, a symbol of heritage and danger. And so the hunters sharpen their weapons, stepping closer to a beast that sustains them, yet could also end them. When the ice begins to break apart in spring, hunters launch small wooden boats and motor canoes into the cold water. The sound of ice grinding echoes across the sea, mixed with the steady roar of waves. Out on the drifting floes, groups of walrus rest, their long ivory tusks catching the light. The hunters study the herd, searching for large males. A bull can weigh more than 2,000 pounds, heavy enough to supply food and fuel for an entire village. Their tools are built for both precision and control. A rifle delivers the first strike. A harpoon tied with rope keeps the animal from sinking into the dark water. Speed is critical. If the crew hesitates, the the walrus disappears beneath the ice, taking with it weeks of hard survival. The danger is constant. A wounded walrus can overturn a 20-foot boat with a single movement. Waves slap against the sides, ice shifts underfoot, and the men work fast to secure the kill. Here, the hunters battle more than the animal itself. Every moment is a contest against freezing seas, unstable ice, and the risk of losing not just the catch, but their own lives. On the ice, the work begins immediately. The animal is too heavy to move, so butchering takes place where it falls. Long knives cut through the thick hide, each stroke careful, each movement practiced. The smell of raw flesh mixes with the salt air. There is no room for hesitation. This is survival. The hide, tough and dense, is not discarded. It is cleaned, dried, and turned into boots, coats, or stretched across drums used in ceremonies. The blubber, often 6 inches thick, is carved into heavy slabs. Pound for pound, it holds twice the energy of beef. Stored carefully, it becomes cooking oil and the fuel that keeps lamps burning through the endless polar night. The meat is divided with precision. Some is eaten fresh, while the rest is cut into strips and dried in freezing winds or buried in ice cellars dug into the ground. Tusks are set aside, ivory shaped into tools, ornaments, or weapons. Even the sinew is saved, twisted into bowstrings and strong fishing lines. Nothing is wasted. In the Arctic, waste is death. Every part of the walrus carries purpose, turning the kill into not just food, but a lifeline against the cold. From here, the hunters return home, carrying more than meat. They carry survival itself. The return to the village is a scene of relief and excitement. Hunters drag blocks of red meat and white blubber across the snow, their boots crunching on the frozen ground. Children run ahead, their voices sharp against the Arctic silence, laughter echoing between wooden huts. Women gather near fires, knives ready, preparing to turn raw meat into meals that will last for weeks. Inside homes, lamps fueled by fresh walrus oil glow with a steady yellow flame. The smell of cooking fills the air, rich and heavy, pushing back the cold. Families sit close together, sharing food while elders tell stories of past hunts. Storms survived, narrow escapes, victories carved into memory. These moments bind generations, each tale a lesson in courage and endurance. It is more than eating. It is a celebration of survival itself, proof that once again the village has faced the Arctic and returned with life. Tradition shapes every hunt as much as the ice itself. Skills are passed from fathers to sons, from elders to young boys who learn by watching and repeating. On shifting floes, they practice balance, each step steady on ice that can crack without warning. With knives, they learn precision, cutting hide and meat cleanly, wasting nothing. And when the catch is brought home, they are taught fairness, dividing meat and blubber so every family shares in survival. Tools have changed with time. Steel knives replace bone, motor canoes replace paddles, yet the spirit of the hunt remains the same. Every strike, every cut, still carries the weight of heritage. After a successful hunt, families gather for a moment of thanks. Lamps flicker, food is shared, and words of gratitude are spoken. The walrus is honored, not as prey alone, but as a partner in survival. Scientists see the walrus as a keystone of the Arctic. Its numbers and behavior reveal the health of the sea itself, but the ice that sustains them is vanishing. Each summer, flows retreat faster, thinning by feet in weeks, leaving herds stranded on crowded shorelines. On land, the animals are more vulnerable and their migrations shift in unpredictable ways. For hunters, the change is immediate and dangerous. Traditional hunting grounds vanish, forcing longer journeys over unstable ice and rougher seas. The risk grows with every season. What once was a cycle passed down through generations now carries new uncertainty. And yet the hunts continue because to stop is to lose not only food, but identity. Survival and heritage remain bound together, even as the Arctic itself transforms. Walrus hunting is more than a pursuit for meat. It is a dialogue between human survival and the will of nature. Each strike, each decision, reflects a fragile balance where life and death meet on the ice. For the Arctic people, the hunt connects past, present, and future, carrying knowledge across generations. On the white expanse, scars become medals, and stories turn into legend. Each mark left behind is proof of endurance, a living heritage at the edge of the world. The story of the Arctic hunt is only one chapter. Subscribe to discover legends, ring the bell, and be part of the next journey into ice and sea. If you are ready to face the cold and witness more battles between man and nature, comment yes below. The survival continues.